So this is how I can get into my actual exam. You'll be able to do this at the time confirmed in your email from our booking team. So I'm now going to go into step 2 and click here. So I can now click on next step and follow the instructions to get set up on my exam. Just keep clicking on next step. So before the exam, as this needs to be done in exam conditions, I need to make sure that I am ready to start my exam by following these steps here. So make sure that I'm not going to need to leave the room during my exam. Make sure that there's nobody there that's going to help me with the answers, and that my room is well lit so any invigilators can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to keep clicking on next step as I go through. So again, we need to set up the screen share. So I just need to click on the image of my screen again and click share. So I'm going to test my microphone again and my speakers. So if you have any additional tabs open, then you won't be able to click on next step until you've closed those additional tabs. So the only tab that you should have open is this Proctor exam tab. So it's going to let me click on next step because I've only got the one open. So you're now going to have to follow these following steps, and there's on-screen instructions throughout, as you'll see. So I can now click on continue. So here's the point where you need to show some ID to prove your identity. At this point, please be aware that we will be able to see this picture later on, and we need this picture to clearly identify who you are. So you need to hold it up to the camera and take a picture so that it is clear and we can read all the details on there, so that we can confirm sort of your name and your details and your photograph. So if you hold it too far away or hold it sort of next to your face or cover up any of the important details, then we won't be able to accept it. It might delay your result being released, as we'll have to ask for a copy of your ID. So I'm going to hold up my work ID here and take a picture. You'll be able to see the picture that you've taken there and be able to see whether it's clear. If you're happy with it, click on Submit Photo. And click on OK. So now you need to take a picture of yourself. Ideally, you want to line yourself up within these head and shoulders, but as long as we can see you in full, that's absolutely fine. And click Take Picture. So if you're happy with that, you're satisfied that it shows you, you can submit the photo. And click on OK. So you now need to put your phone in aeroplane mode. This is to make sure that you're not going to get disturbed by any sort of phone calls, text messages, anything like that are going to come through while you're completing the exam. So you can do that in the settings on your phone, and how you do that will depend on the phone that you've got. And now you need to activate the Wi-Fi so that although you're in aeroplane mode, you can still connect to the internet so that the app can still connect to this exam. So just like you did in the system checks, you need to open up the Proctor exam app and scan the QR code using that app. So we are recording everything, so if we do need to re-review the footage, if we're not sure of something that happened during your exam, we can do. So this is just a notification to tell you that that's going to happen, and if you click OK, it will move you on in the setup stage. So now you're going to be given instructions of how to set up your environment and how we're going to make sure that your exam is going to take place under exam conditions. So you'll see instructions on the side here. There's 5 steps to follow, and the video shows you what you need to be showing So here we want to show the computer and the keyboard. So I'm going to use my mobile phone to show you my computer. And click on next step. Now we want to see your desk and the area behind your computer, so you can see the desk. If you have anything on your desk that you're not supposed to have, like textbooks or learning materials, your invigilator might send you a message to ask you to remove it, and those messages will come up from this Proctor chat box in the bottom here. So it'll pop up just here with a message from your invigilator. So now it's asking to show the space under the desk and the ceiling. So you'll need to use your phone again to show us underneath the desk and the ceiling. So I can click on next step. And then we want all four corners of the room to make sure again that you are alone, that you've not got anything in the room that's going to give you an unfair advantage or constitute any malpractice. And go next step. And now you need to show your ears, because you are not allowed to have any external, no headphones or anything like that in while you're doing your exam that could allow somebody to give you any answers. So now you need to prop up your mobile phone, and what we want from this part is for your invigilator to be able to watch you doing the exam. So we need to see your whole work area and be able to see you doing the exam, and you need to make sure that the camera is pointed at you during this step. So this will be perfect because you can see me doing the exam. If I were to do anything untoward, my invigilator would be able to see that. So again, you just need to make sure that you can see yourself in the webcam, that you're getting a good visibility, so I am able to see myself. Next step. So that's the exam set up. You're now ready to start your exam. So click on Start Exam and you'll be taken to the instruction page. So this prompts you to remember, do not close this tab. So the link that you'll be given, that I'll show you in just a second, will take you to the exam itself. That will open in a new tab. You need to keep this tab open at all times. So you'll be given some instructions in here. If you use the grey bar on the side to scroll down, that's where you'll find your link. If you're doing a security exam, then you will have 3 links that will all be found in this same box. So you won't need to close this page or go back into your emails. Everything you need will be within this box. And the centre number that you may be prompted to enter will be at the top of your instructions here. So I'm going to click on Access My e-assessment. And this takes me in a new tab into the Highfield Works system. If you want to go back and review your answers, you can click on No. If you're quite happy that you can end the exam, then you can click on Yes. So it'll give you a second chance just in case you're not sure. You can see I've still got 28 minutes remaining on my exam, so I could review my answers if I want to, but I'm going to click on Yes. And it's going to tell you your score. Hopefully it will say pass and tell you what score you achieved. So you can then close this browser tab to show that, to confirm that you've completed your exam. And you can then, if you've got another exam to do for security, you can then click on your next exam, or if you're all done, you can click on Finish Exam, which ends your Proctor session, and click on Submit. So that's it, your exam provider, so whichever company you went through to do your training, they will then contact you. If you've not been successful, they'll contact you to arrange a resit, and if you have been successful, they will contact you to send you a copy of your certificate. And that's the whole process from start to finish.